Welcome back to Mountain View Gardens. As I always say, it's a lovely day here in Central Virginia, and it actually is. It is late July or mid-late July, and it's actually kind of cool and nice today and slightly overcast. I have been in that midsummer, got to get this garden under control kind of mind. So today it's going to be all about trimming and cutting back some flowers, and hopefully so that they'll become more robust and continue to bloom. I'll show you what we've done. This was the original zucchini patch. It had just gotten squash bugs and was coming to the end of its productive life. So I took out a lot of the vine, and obviously when I went to take out this vine, that's not sustainable. So that vine's going to go. But I left in a couple of areas just to see whether we can get a little bit more growth out of it. We took out the zucchini plants that had been hit by the vine borers, and I may be planting another one in here, or I might just put some tomato plants in this area. The other thing that my husband and I did, we began trimming out and thinning out the sunflowers, which were starting to collapse like this one. Here's Audrey. Audrey is towards the end of her productive time now. And so we will be cutting Audrey way back and ultimately trimming out Audrey. And that's going to give these pepper plants a little bit of growing room, so to speak. We also trimmed this one. We had been having these crows get in here and nip off the blossoms and take them away. So it just opens it up, gives a better airflow in here. I have a lot of calendula and things that really just need to be deadheaded and cut back a little bit, as well as some of this monarda, to give other plants a chance to really grow. I also have some lettuce that has really gone to seed. So what I'm going to do today is just sort of cut back stuff and trim off deadhead and really try to get this cleaned up and tidied up just a little bit. All right, I see a lot of bees on that bee balm. I guess that's why they call it bee balm. So I'm just snipping off the calendula. I'll put some of the seeds down. Let those seeds drop. It's one that could just drop its seeds here. Pull that weed while I'm at it. It's good to get in and get up close with your garden so that you can find things that just need to be trimmed out. Okay, let's go ahead and tackle this one. The calendula will reseed. Here's a little bit of new growth from the nasturtium, which is quite lovely. And I've got a great cucumber. That's one of the poinsettias that once it took off, it's starting up there. Well, what do you know? I found one little lone radish hidden underneath the shard. Wow, this calendula is really kind of out of control. But let's see what we can do to tidy it up. This calendula really has done extraordinarily well this year. I've grown calendula before, but it's never done this much blooming and spreading in its first blush. Now, what I do know, it'll go dormant during the hottest part of the summer, which is coming up for us. And then it will have a sort of a second flush in the early fall. Something quite meditative about doing this. You're really thinking and concentrating on just this little task, letting your mind relax. It's really good for me. I tend to be a high tension person if I'm not actively busy in something. That's one of the reasons I started gardening. I was one of those pandemic gardeners, not because of shortages, but because of just stress and feeling out of control. And I felt like I needed to have something that could be positive and creative. And it did work. You know, I'm not a doctor. I was a teacher for my career. If I wasn't actively doing something creative, I would get very stressed and I would have a lot of anxiety. And during the pandemic, things just really felt out of control. I know I'm not the only person that felt that way. And like a lot of people, I was having panic attacks. And so I did do some anti-anxiety medicines, which helped knock it back quite a lot. But I think the thing that really, once that was knocked back, the thing that really helped me recover from all of that was gardening. And it just is something positive and something creative and something you feel like you're contributing and shepherding and stewarding. You're not in complete control. Mother Nature is in control. but you're working alongside Mother Nature, and it helps you, it helped me at least, just get a grip on leading a productive and more positive and less anxious life. Uh-oh, I cut off one that's about to bloom. That's too bad. Oh well, there are plenty more here. So this became, and this is my big stress reducer. It's my big anxiety reliever, and it has been a godsend. Plus, we get good food, and that's a really, really, really good thing. All right, I'm gonna stop talking and continuing to clean this area up. As you can see, it's a lot. So things are tidied up, and it's about time for me to go in and get tidied up. Thanks for watching today. I hope your garden is growing well. Take care. Bye. It has taken over the universe. Hello, little moth or butterfly. You sure are pretty. It just is such a magnet for